Welcome to Sports Talk, Coast to Coast. Let's get started with this NBA. What you got for us, Quail?
I don't know. We'll see. It's tight. From the 6th seed to the 12th seed, it's only a 2-game.
Who's 9 and 10 right now?
2.5 games. 2.5 games. Split. 2.5 games out. So.
Who's 9 and 10 right now?
Utah and New Orleans and they at 31 and 32. Their record, and the Lakers are at 30 and 33. So all we need is one more game. We in there.
So Utah is doing all right without Marshall and that dude they sent to Minnesota, huh? Did you just say Cleveland was number 4?
Yeah. Hey, they got a squad.
Yeah, they got some young talent over there.
But then they just lost the other night. They got their butt whooped by the Celtics. They was getting smoked when I saw them.
Yeah, they were.
And they only ended up losing 113 and 117, but
don't talk to me about the Celtics until they got a ring on their hand, because I have nothing to say about them at all.
Well, they always the first or second seed. So
they always, but what can you do? What does that mean if you don't win the championship?
I mean, hey, you competitive.
I guess you making money for your franchise.
All right.
The owner ain't got to be mad about his wife having an affair. Oops, did I say that out loud?
Ooh. Round 1 in the books, gentlemen.
Yeah. Anyway.
So was it more of those players?
Flagrant foul.
What'd you say, Tony?
No, it's Quell.
On you.
No, that's gonna be cause for rejection.
No, do y'all think it's more of those players that was than the coaching in Boston then, since they doing so well now?
No. I have no excuse for Boston. That team has been the same.
They're still doing good. And that coach left.
Right, but it's probably the players, like you. Yeah, I do agree with that, because that team has been together pretty much for the last 5 or 6 years. They've added a piece here and a piece there, but Tatum and Brown and Marcus Smart, I think he just got back there 2 years ago, but he was there in the beginning. And then you got Derek White and a couple of others that's always been there.
Paying these dudes?
Right. I mean, maybe they're still on rookie contracts. I don't know. I think Tatum did get him and Brown just got re-signed a couple of years ago. But as for the rest of them, I don't even know. And then of course you got Horford. Why don't you and Tony give us a little summary on this XFL you wanted everybody to watch?
Boo.
Well, actually, I didn't watch any games last week.
What about the week before? Did you watch the first game?
Yeah, I watched it when the inaugural 4 games. I watched.
OJ must definitely watch more than I did. I didn't watch any last week, but that first week I did watch a little bit of it. I mean, yeah, it's not the NFL, but then I wasn't expecting it to be. I was like going in with no expectations other than seeing football, watching football. And the guys that were out there on the field, they seem to be all right to me. I mean, it's a first-year league. They're trying to establish themselves. I say just give them some time, as long as they keep it entertaining, like the games being entertaining. I mean, I'm willing to stick with it. If it becomes a drag, then I'll.
And I think, OJ, the one thing that made the XFL fold before is because all these players got to shine and an NFL team snatched them up, so the XFL didn't have nobody else left to play. So I think that if they leave it as a quote-unquote minor league or another entity of football for us to watch and leave the players there, then we'll be fine. But if they start snatching players up because, we need a quarterback, this running back was hot, let's get him for a couple of years, then that's when the XFL was going to struggle, because where are they going to get their players from? So I think it's a good thing, as long as, and this is going to give the college players another place to go. Okay, the NFL didn't draft me. Let me go to the XFL and the USFL and get noticed.
Prove myself.
Quail, any more huff or noise on the Bears possibly trading Justin Fields?
Not that I heard.
I don't think it would be horrible as long as it was the right deal. I like the Bears, but they just do some stupid stuff sometimes. They've been watching the Vikings too long.
Speaking of that, they saying that your boy Tony, your boy is they said he can't win a championship as long as he there. Dallas ain't gonna
my
win.
boy.
Who you talking
Hey,
about, Dak?
your boy,
Come on, Dak.
Dak.
I said that 2
Boy.
shows ago. I told y'all that. Everybody thought I was crazy. But yeah, I don't think he will.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Ben says
I
Dak
agree
ain't
with
that
you
guy.
too. I agree with you too, Cliff. I agree. I just Dak is
Wow.
a good quarterback, but I don't know. There is a path though, but I don't know if he finds it before he's hanging up his cleats.
Let me put it like this way.
Wow.
He'll never win a championship as long as he's in Dallas, no matter who the coach is. That's too much pressure. America's team, you're under so much pressure. But if he got somewhere and was able to just let it loose, like let's say Indianapolis or Carolina, or a team that needs a decent quarterback. Yeah, hell, the Raiders even need a quarterback because I'm not even sure that they're going to resign that dude. And even if they do, how good is he going to be? I mean, you can't judge people off a couple of games. What's his name? Nick Foles. So, I mean, there's a few teams out there that need a quarterback. The Raiders, like I mentioned, Indianapolis,
Jaguars.
Why does the Jaguars need a quarterback and they got Trey Lawrence?
They got
Backup
Lawrence.
for Trevor Lawrence. Who's his backup?
Backup. Dak ain't playing no backup. He's
Dak's
good
not
enough to
playing
start.
nobody. But Dak, I will say that much about him. He's not a backup. Dak is a starter
Right.
somewhere.
Yeah,
He ain't nobody's
He's a
backup.
starter somewhere. Yeah.
The whole NFC South needs a quarterback.
Yeah,
Oh,
literally.
that's for sure.
That is true. Take your pick.
Take your pick, man. Everybody need one.
If I had to pick out of all those teams who probably had the best pieces for a quarterback, whether it's Dak, Derek Carr, Justin Fields, whatever, I'd probably say it's Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because New Orleans, their receivers are old, Eric. Kamara probably ain't even going to be there. And ain't no
Right.
telling what that defense is going to do. Because they ain't been the same since Sean Payton left. So, hate to give him that much credit, but yeah.
Now Payton had nothing to do with the defense. They have the defense.
But you don't think Sean Payton's a good
as
coach?
the head coach?
Let's talk about it, bro. You don't think he's a good coach at all?
Well, it's
I,
a coincidence
No, I didn't
that
say
he
he
left.
wasn't
Come
a
on.
good coach.
hold up,
just said he
OJ.
don't
I
trust the
didn't
defense.
say he was responsible for the defense. I just said they ain't been the same since he left. That's not the same thing.
They were decent last year. And
But now, let's talk about that. Quail, do you think Sean Payton's a good coach? A great coach? A top notch? I gotta have it coach, or where do you put him at?
Yeah, as long as if you win a Super Bowl, you up there.
Mhm.
You top something. Sure, you won one.
But shouldn't you have to win more than one to prove yourself? To say it wasn't a fluke?
No, it wasn't no fluke.
I didn't say it was. I'm just saying.
Actually, I'm sorry. You're right. It was a fluke because they what's the name? Brett Favre.
so if we
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
hit Brett Favre, if we didn't knock out Brett Favre, they would have lost?
Yes, they would.
Yes.
You think they
Down
would have
the
lost?
gate.
They would
Yes,
have.
they would have. Brett Favre has ice that water in his veins. There's no way if he's able to get that ball off and get it to Randy Moss. That actually it's not even Randy Moss. I forgot who the receiver was that year, but Brett Favre is just one of a kind. I mean, there's just nobody
I
like
think
him.
it was Sidney Rice.
Yeah, that's
I think
who
it
it
was
was. That's
Sidney
exactly
Rice.
who
Wow.
it was. Yep. So, and I still think it's the fluke, even though they knocked Brett Favre out the game, because I told you, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning were boys. Peyton said, "Oh, I'm on the 35. I got a ring. I'm gonna get another one. Let me just let Drew get one. Go ahead and throw that pick on the slant. He don't make mistakes like that." Yeah, no, I'm still saying that he threw that game. Yeah, Peyton, I said it. You threw the game.
I wouldn't say he's a bad
'Cause I-
coach, Eric. There are a lot of better coaches that I've seen.
I'm going to reserve my opinion until the season starts because I want to see what he can do with this mediocre team and going down the hill, Russell Wilson with a defense that can do something. Tony, what about you? You think he should be up there with some of the greats, or is he average? Is he somebody who can just fill the seat? What's up?
I don't put him in with the greats, no. But to Quell's point, I mean, hey, you can't knock a guy who's gone to the Super Bowl and won it because there's plenty of coaches that have not won it. So you got to give him that credit. I would give him more of an above average coach.
Let me ask you this
Not
way,
great.
because this is the coach of your team right now. Is he a better coach than Mike McCarthy?
Oh, that's a good question.
Good question.
That is a good question. So the question is, would I rather have him over McCarthy?
That's right. That is the
God,
question.
I ain't got nothing against McCarthy, but I don't know. It's something about Sean Payton, though. Even though he was an ass for what he did to Brett Favre and well, he said
They
he
the
didn't know
same.
anything.
Tony, the answer is they the same. They on the same.
There's
on the
something,
same level.
I don't know. There's something about him that's interesting to me. I'm just waiting to see if it'll come out here with Denver. If it doesn't, then there's nothing there. But
Because didn't Mike
they are
McCarthy
pretty
coach Brett
even.
Favre
I'll
too?
give you that.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy coached Brett Favre.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Back
What
when
that
he had
mean? That's not the discussion. Discussion is who's a better coach. OJ, what about you? Is Peyton better than average? Is he on the same level with Mike McCarthy, or is one better than the other?
I wouldn't say he was better than McCarthy. I think they're on the same level.
So who would you take over who?
I say
Cohen was a
Peyton
wash.
sticks out in people's minds because he went down there to New Orleans and turned that team around, much like Dundee turned Tampa Bay around.
Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm.
OJ, I will kick
Without
you off
him,
this
we would
damn
do
show
nothing, bro.
if you put Sean Payton in the same sentence with Tony Dungy again. That is an insult. Don't do that again.
I just don't know, but what he's saying is right, though, Cliff. What
It
he's
is
saying
true.
turn
He is right.
the program
He is.
around.
Right.
So OJ is right about that. He's not saying they're on
You
the
know
same
what?
level.
I can agree with that to a certain extent because John Payton had Drew Brees. Tony Dungy had Brad. What was his last name? Somebody help me out. Brad Johnson, who was not the greatest.
Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy better than.
It
Are we
wasn't
talking about
Brad
Sean Payton
Johnson.
is better than Tony Dungy?
No.
It was Trent Dilfer. That's who he
Oh,
drafted.
he did have Trent.
No,
Dilfer?
Trent Dilfer wasn't in Tampa. What are you talking about?
Yes, he was. That's where he started at.
Well, that might be who he started with, but that's not who won the Super Bowl, and that's not who was on the team
right.
when he left.
No, he went to Baltimore because they didn't pick up his option. That's when he went to Baltimore, and then he won the Super Bowl.
And you know what though? You just made my point even more. That's a worse quarterback than Brad Johnson. So, and Sean Payton had Drew Brees. So you just helped me out, OJ. Thanks.
I'm just telling you how it was. You know what? His quarterback was Trent Dilfer and Sean King.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Sean King.
And Sean Payton had Drew Brees the whole time.
Here's
So
the
you
real-
tell me who's a better coach, Quail? Tony
Well,
Dungy
here's the
or
real-
Sean Payton?
I'll take Tony Dungy, but here's the real question:
And we were so bad.
Are
for
you
so
are
long.
you taking away points as a coach because you have a Hall of Fame quarterback? Like, because that's a lot of coaches. I mean, the Patriots coaches
I'm not taking no points away, but OJ made the point that he did the same thing as Dungy. To me, it's not the same because Dungy had a worse team to turn around. Now, Dungy won a Super Bowl. Dungy
I
went.
don't know.
Dungy did
New
now
Orleans
now
was at the
to
bottom.
Dungy's credit, or for lack thereof, or for I don't know how to say it. Peyton Manning's going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, but that was after he left Tampa. So I agree with you, Corey. I would too, but I have to take my personal feelings out of it because of how I feel about Sean Payton and the way he led that team. Whether it was him that made the call to do the Legion of Boom before there was a Legion of Boom on Brett Favre or not. But as for his coaching prowess, I guess, I don't know. He did stay with one team the whole time. But he did have the same quarterback. They did get robbed a couple times, so I don't know. I would say that Mike McCarthy and Peyton are even. if I was going to pick one or the other, I'd take Mike McCarthy based on experience. But the bottom line is Tony Dungy is better than both of them. Quail, back to what you were saying. You said, should we take away points because he coached a Hall of Fame quarterback? What do you was about to say yes. Go ahead and finish that point.
I was just saying, yeah, because Bill Belichick ain't done nothing since.
I knew that's where you were going. That's why I wanted you to finish it.
You know, conventional wisdom is if they don't sign Daniel Jones, that's who's going to be the quarterback because they're going to use him as a bridge.
I mean, would that be a bad thing? Because Daniel Jones still doesn't impress me. So,
hey, Daniel won the bag after 1 year. That's what the.
That's because he know he suck and ain't nobody else gonna want him after that. That's what that's all about. I'm sorry, but I'd have to put everybody gonna kick me off my own show for saying this. But I think that Joe Flacco and Trent Dilfer is better than me.
Wow.
Damn.
No.
I have no love for Daniel Jones, dude. He's not that good to me. I think Zach Wilson is better than he is.
Yeah, Danny Dimes, he finna get a contract though. There's been rumors that they're gonna play. Yeah, they not finna move on. They want to keep him. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, but they want to keep him at a certain number though.
Like they did Dak. Remember Dak was asking for that contract and they franchise tagged him 2 years in a row because he was asking for too much and finally Jerry, like a buster, gave in.
Well, he ain't had no choice.
Yeah, because there wasn't right, and he and top of that, there wasn't nobody else out there for him to go get. So,
nope.
Yeah, but I'm saying he did the Kirk Cousins.
He did.
You know what? Y'all got to get off Kirk Cousins for that, because you know what? That was smart business. Whoever his agent was smart. I don't care how much he sucked, Quail. You got to admit that was smart business.
Was it smart business or was it just dumb organization? I'm with Quail on this one. The Vikings do some boneheaded stuff all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Let's not forget that they're single-handedly handed over the Cowboys 2 championships.
Pretty much. And almost 3 if they, could have beat the 49ers that year, but...
Right.
All right, not much going on with NFL. I want to jump back over to the NBA because Charles Barkley said something last week, and I don't know the exact quote. Maybe Quail can pull it up. He basically said that if Durant goes down to Phoenix and wins a championship, he'll cement his legacy. To me, that's kind of hogwash because this would be the 4th team maybe. Yeah, 4th team in his career that he's been on. And to me, for lack of a better term, seems like he's flip-flopping, team-hopping, jumping back and forth, trying to see where he can get in the fit and to get a ring. I mean, he never really had a team to himself except in OKC, and he didn't feel like he had it because Westbrook. So, I mean, instead of jumping ship and taking the easy way out, in my opinion, that's my opinion. Anybody else might have something to say about that. And going over to Golden State, where they already had an established team, maybe he should either 1, worked it out with Westbrook, or 2, told management, get rid of him and let me have this team and let's get some pieces in place so I can win a championship on the team I was drafted to.
That's what I would have done.
Quail, I don't know if that's the exact quote, but do you agree with Barkley saying that will give him his legacy if he wins a championship with Phoenix?
Man, nah. I thought Barkley was saying that he was like, oh, he's able to play with anybody. But yeah, he probably was right. He probably said that. Oh man, that dude, whatever. No, it ain't submitting his legacy. He ducking being the leader. You can't duck being the leader and try to be a coach. Get the hell out of here with that. You can't not be a leader. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You can't just go to different teams and just be like, yeah, I'm a piece. I'm the piece. And just keep going to stacked teams and being like, yeah, I'm the piece that got us there. Oh, yeah. Right. I'm the guy. Yep.
We can kill that argument in Golden State because they won a championship before him and they won one after him. So, apparently he wasn't that piece. Now, OJ did make a point when I talked to him the other day and said he made it easier. But they still won it without him. So Skip
Sure
you,
did.
OJ. Skip you, OJ. What about you,
y'all
Tony?
think-
Would that give Durant a legacy because he's won with different teams, or is it what Quayle said? He's not that piece. I forgot exactly how he said it. He ducking being leader. That's what he said. He's ducking being the leader.
Well, no one can ever deny the fact that he is a all-star contributor. That's who he is. He just is. And would it diminish it? I mean, if he wins with them, okay, yeah, it'll be on this record, makes him look good. But will sports fans, really categorize that as greatness? Especially in this league today, where you get to just jump around, hop, skip to any team you want, create the teams you want, where the old school way of doing it, sticking with a team, isn't really respected anymore. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I mean, I like him as a player. I just to Coel's point, he is not a leader, man, and that's all right. It's just he just wants to have fun and score.
The thing is, the time when the pressure was supposed to be on him and for him to deliver, everybody left the team.
Yeah.
Damn.
He was the last man standing over there.
Mhm.
Was he not?
Mhm.
He was. Yeah.
What team are we talking about?
Okay, see.
No, the Nets, right?
Oh,
Oh,
Brooklyn.
yeah. I
Yeah.
guess you got a point there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, it was
Unless-
a sinking ship, though.
unless you're not counting Ben Simmons. Speaking of which, is that dude even still playing? Because I don't never hear his name in the news no more.
He was supposed to be the man over there. And he scored like 7 points the next game once KD left.
This dude said 7
Seven.
points.
Oh, boy.
I actually feel sorry for that man, actually.
Yeah.
That man garbage now. Ain't you take me. That's the biggest fall off in NBA history. They talk about
No. Christian Laettner was the
Westbrook
biggest
himself.
bust.
No, Christian Laettner still averaged 20 points a game.
Yeah, but yeah, right. That's true.
The Christian Laettner is a product of the media, just like LeBron was.
Mm-hmm.
He was the number one
Yeah.
draft pick, so everybody expected him to do this, that, and the other. He wasn't that dude, and because he didn't do what they expected him to do, then he's a failure. But Christian Laettner had a decent career. I don't even like the dude. I wasn't even a Minnesota Timberwolves fan and never will be. But that dude, he got too much slack. He had a decent career.
Yeah.
Just like what was that clip you sent us a couple years ago, Quail? Was it Kwame Brown was talking smack?
Yeah.
Talking about how he
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah.
He averaged 20 points in his career,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I mean, I don't like the dude that much. He wasn't a Fab Fiber to me, but whatever. But Jalen Rose had a good point because he was arguing with Stephen A that time. He was like, and Stephen A was like, he was a bust. He's a bust. And Jalen was like, compared to what? Because he averaged 20 points a game. He averaged 5-6 rebounds, a couple of blocks. Who are you comparing him to as being a bust? So,
Yep.
Mhm.
So there's some real bums out here.
right.
Like Ben Simmons.
Now, who would?
Hey, that boy's still getting paid like $30 million or something.
It's
27
$32 million to be
32
exact.
million.
Hey, it's just you gotta want it, and he don't want it. He as far as offensively contributing, he contributes on the defensive end.
OJ.
But he ain't no Rodman.
Let's just
He's
call
no
it.
Rodman,
Let's
right.
just call it spade a spade. You said it when you first started that statement. He don't want it no more, and don't nobody else want him. Dilly got rid of him. They thought that was gonna, fix it. Personally, Brooklyn was the wrong spot for him to go because it's in a New York environment, and you already know how tough fans are on their sports teams up there. He should have went somewhere like OKC or maybe Washington, maybe even.
Charlotte.
Yeah, that would have been
yeah.
that actually probably would have been a great spot because there ain't no pressure down there.
No pressure.
No.
So
Or Sacramento, where it's even
Michael
less.
Jordan has got to be the worst owner. All the owners.
yeah, he's the greatest of all time. But being an owner, he need to
Yeah.
hang that on up.
Yeah. His greatness does not transcend to the back office. To the front
Right,
office.
right.
Like,
Front office.
no. Mm-mm.
He need to pay somebody else to do that work and just let the money come in. But yeah, Ben Simmons, his career is done. I would not be surprised if we don't see him ever again after this year.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
he's probably doing what Quell said. He's probably riding out that contract so he can get that cash flow and be done. Because ain't nobody gonna want him after that contract's up. And if they do, they're gonna pay him league minimum.
What they said about him must be true. I can only say that. I don't like to speculate. They said that he didn't want to get better because he had his group of friends and family members around him telling him that he don't gotta do that. He ain't gotta get better. He already good enough. They need to be catering to him and doing more things for him. That's why he had a problem in Philly. But
see, that's what happens when these NBA players come into.
I always that sidebar.
Right.
You know,
I was just about to say that. That's the same thing that happened to Kyrie in Cleveland. People got to telling him, "Oh, LeBron's taking the show. You need to get from up under his shadow." And what happened?
Right.
He went to Boston, didn't do nothing. Went to Brooklyn, didn't do nothing. Now he down in Dallas trying to do something, but who knows? Same thing happened to Ben Simmons. But you know what? You know who it didn't happen to, and they tried to do that? Allen Iverson. They tried to do that junk to Allen Iverson. You know, you need to do this, you need to do it. Iverson was like, shut up, just let me play. And that's exactly what he did. So, And then what about that statement that your boy Shaq made, OJ, saying that, and he admitted that he probably could have been the greatest of all time. I mean, he probably was for big men, but he said that he could have been the greatest of all time in points and all that, but he just didn't work hard enough. Did you see that statement?
Yeah, that was. No, I didn't see that, but I mean that was part of the problem with him and Kobe, because Shaq wasn't working hard. You know, Kobe came to work.
And Kobe, yeah.
He was always cloning, right, OJ?
What was that?
He was always cloning, right? you say he's a clone, so he was always cloning, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
But I'm with what Tony said last year when we said that. He said if I'm gonna clone somebody, it's gonna be the best, and that was Michael Jordan. So you can't fault him for that. To copy that kind of a work ethic and what he did on the floor, yeah.
The ultimate compliment.
Kobe said that if he would have had 11 rings if Shaq would have stayed in shape and not ate cheeseburgers.
But you know what? You probably ain't lying because they were killing teams.
Yes, they was.
Them two? Ooh, it wasn't even close.
Yes, no, it was not. I mean,
Shaq was eating what did he say? 2 Big Macs before the game.
Ooh, damn.
Hey, maybe he was just hungry. Maybe he didn't get a good meal at home. I don't know.
Hey, we all know nutrition and kept Brady in the game since he was 70 years old.
Don't talk to me about TB. Don't talk to me about TB12. Shut up.
I'm just saying. It's all nutrition.
Man. Yeah,
it is nutrition. You're right.
It is.
I mean, think about it, Cliff. He has no athletic skill. What else can it be? He the sloppiest looking quarterback. My goodness, he has nothing.
Not the sloppiest looking.
Damn, he wrecking Brady.
Well, you do realize that we are worldwide now. While you saying stuff like
we are.
Hey, he's sloppy, man. He looked like what my coworker said this. He said he looked like the you know how you pick when you making your character, the stock character, the first little white dude that come up. That's who he looked like. That's who he looked like. He looked like the stock my player character.
But Shaq did say that, and Kobe was probably right. And I'm glad Shaq stayed out of shape because I wouldn't want nobody going above Jordan. So yeah.
Whatever.
Now, if he would have went above Jordan, would you still like? Okay, I gotta give this man his props, and he went above Mike. Like,
have you been on this show for 3 years, or you been asleep? I give credit where it's due. I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got 12, 13 rings, and so does Wilt Chamberlain. So, but of the 80s to the 2000s, nobody could touch Jordan. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we agreed that there's goats of different eras. Because Montana's the GOAT from 1978 picked in 1996. Until Brady decided he wanted to eat nothing but vegan and veggies and junk and win 85,000 rings, and Montana's sitting here with 4, and it don't look like a lot no more. So
That was doing the black and blue years too, though.
But Montana can say one thing that Brady can't. He never lost in the Super Bowl. He went 4 times and he won 4 times, just like Jordan. Went 6 and won 6.
Yeah.
Lost to that boy Eli Manning, right, Quail? That's his kryptonite.
Listen here, y'all already know.
Eli,
is Eli in the Hall of Fame yet? Because I'm getting tired of it. Y'all disrespecting this man.
I'm not disrespecting the man.
Eli ain't no Hall of Fame quarterback.
Oh,
Yes, he is. What are you talking about?
He got rings, but he's not no Hall of Fame.
He got rings.
So let's have this conversation. Let's have this conversation. Tony, should Eli Manning, because he won 2 Super Bowls but didn't blow up the charts like Brett Favre and Drew Brees in the regular season, should he or should he not be in the Hall of Fame?
He should be in the Hall of Fame. The man won the games. He paved the road with Hall of Famers. He ran through them all. He won 2 championships. Get a boy his place.
There would be no Nick Foles without Eli Manning paving the way.
Well, if you want to get right down to it, Quell.
And you ain't got no chance.
Well, if you want to get right down to it, there ain't no Nick Foles no more. When's the last time we actually heard him start a game?
There's no Eli either. As fast as he came in, he got out.
But what you call him? Because he beat a lot of greats to get to them Super Bowls.
Hey, on his Hall of Fame placard, it should say Eli Legend Killer Manning. Because he's been killing legends.
I like that.
He beat Brady twice. He beat Brett Favre. He beat Aaron Rodgers.
Tony Romo.
Oh yeah.
Tony
Ooh,
Romo
he's got a
gonna be
nice
a Hall of Famer probably.
Yep.
And he ain't even got no rings. What you think about that one,
Right.
OJ?
Romo's not gonna be a Hall of Fame. No.
Yeah, he is.
No, because Romo, and Jackson the same boat as Romo, but Romo was a more talented quarterback, I would say.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to ask you about that one, Tony, because I was thinking it, but I didn't say it. Who's a better quarterback, Tony Romo or Dak Prescott?
Definitely Romo. Romo. I gotta give it to Romo.
You giving it to Romo? I don't know.
Yep.
I guess he won more playoff games, but you really can't make a decision on that until Dak is done playing, because we don't know what he's gonna do. Go ahead, OJ.
At this point,
I was just gonna say that he produced more in the playoffs, but Dak has been in the league 9 years, and he's got 3 playoff wins.
Actually, it's been 7, but yeah, who's counting? That brings me to my next point about OJ, or not OJ, but Tony saying the XFL reviews every play and the NFL should. Like I said, that slowed the game down, so that's why they got this reward system, I guess. If you win the first one,
they got instant review now. They got the instant review.
No, you have to challenge unless it's in the last 2 minutes.
No, they got instant review to get it right now.
Well, that's if they call it, because that catch against the Minnesota and the Buffalo Bills, where they drove down and almost kicked that field goal to win, they should review that because he was out of bounds. So, yeah. But back to what I was saying, they tried that every play thing, and it just slowed the game down a lot. That's why I kind of like it the way it is. You challenge, you win, you get 2 more. You lose, you only get 1 more. And when you lose, you lose a timeout. I think that makes it much more selective of what you're gonna challenge. So I ain't saying the NFL got it perfect, but it works for now.
But the way I understand the XFL is you get 1 challenge, like anytime challenge, where you get 1 per game, and you can challenge not just the play, but you can challenge a call from the ref. The ref calls the foul and it really wasn't. You don't think it was. You can
so they don't get. So they can't. Oh, so I was misunderstood then because I was thinking that you were saying that they could challenge every play anytime. So what you're saying
No.
is they can challenge like if it was pass interference. Oh no, y'all need to look at that again. They can challenge that.
Yeah,
Okay,
they can challenge
that
it.
does
Yep.
make more
Yeah.
sense. Now that I would agree with that if you could challenge anything. Not it was down by contact, so you can't challenge no. I think that's BS.
Yeah, that's the thing that I don't like that the NFL does. I think they can maybe they'll change it in 4 or 5 years after they see the success or not in the XFL. But yeah, they should give some leeway there because them refs be making some bonehead ass calls, man. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you can't challenge that. That's crazy.
Talk about officiating. What do y'all think about the what's that unnecessary roughness penalties being reviewable? That's one of the proposals for this.
I mean, if it's to the
season.
net and head and neck area, right?
What was the question, sir? OJ, you said unnecessary roughness being reviewable. Is that what you said?
Yes.
I think that's a good run because
Yeah.
sometimes they call something or they eject somebody for something that was, I'm not gonna say wasn't their fault, but let's take for instance, and I always reference this game where Philly lost and whatever, and OJ said whatever. Anyway, but let's take the Philly Washington game for instance on that hit on the quarterback. You can clearly see that the defender was trying to slow down and not hit him, but they called that a penalty anyway. I mean, I don't think he got ejected from the game, but I think those type of things should be taken into context. He saw he was out of bounds and he tried to slow down. His momentum carried him and he hit him. So I
And it
think
cost them 15 yards.
little things like that should be able to be not
Challenge.
taken away,
Reviewable.
but say not okay. I shouldn't have called that or whatever. I mean, I don't
Right.
know.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm not making sense, but
I understand what you're saying.
But sometimes these refs, they think they saw something, but to Cliff's point, it's like when you go and you look at it, you're like, you know what? Well, you can see that the guy is pulling up. He's not trying to. So they should be able to have the opportunity to be like, you know what? My bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Under the totality of the play, the situation, yeah, we'll pull this up.
Right.
Pull that flag up or whatever.
Mhm.
or maybe they should do it unnecessary roughness like they do with roughing it and running
Roughing
into
it.
the kicker. Make
Mhm.
like say if you saw the guy trying to pull up or stop himself from hitting a dude, make it a 5 yard instead of a 15.
Right.
Mhm.
There you go. Exactly. I totally agree with that.
Oh, since we're back on football, what do y'all think about Mike McCarthy's statement today when they was asking him about being the number one offense, how he feels about? Because he said he doesn't care about his offense being ranked number one. He said his philosophy, he wants to run the ball.
And you
Really?
shouldn't, right? I mean, you shouldn't
Yeah.
be.
Huh?
I say you shouldn't be looking at rankings like that, right? As a coach. I mean,
Well,
I would say the same thing probably. I'd be like, bro, I don't care about that.
as a head coach, you probably wouldn't care about that. But as an offensive coordinator, which he saying he's going to be this year, that's the whole point of it, right? Having a good offense, and then the Cowboys have had the number one offense in the league, at least. Not so much this year, but at least last year they was, and the year before, I think. But the offense has been always up there. That's why everybody's high on that. It's just that he never follows through. To be 100, the offense has always been better when it's more of a ball control type. And they had that big offensive line, and they running the football, and then play action off of that. That's when he goes.
They ain't ran the ball effectively since they gave Zeke that big contract.
That's absolutely true. Absolutely. I can't argue that one.
I think Dallas, they're going to have to revamp that offensive line and get a few running backs. Because Pollard's hurt. And
Blow it up.
Right?
Start from scratch.
Zeke, he don't have any more guaranteed money. So they can either cut him or just resign him to league minimum if they want to.
I'll let him go. Get that toxic poison off the team.
But Jerry Jones won't let him go.
Jerry Jones has
I
nothing
don't
to do
Jerry
with it.
Jones has a habit of keeping toxic people. Right? Ever
Well,
since
he's
the
a Jerry's
90s.
guy.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
He
tends
kept
to-
Michael Irvin, didn't he?
Michael Irvin was not toxic.
No, Mike Irvin was the team. Well,
Yeah, but he was
on
going
the-
through so many things off the field.
What did
Yeah.
Squell say? Michael
true.
Irvin was that deal.
Yeah.
He was.
He caught anything you threw
Well,
to him. He did have a lot going on off the field, but
That's what I'm saying.
He came to work every game.
Yeah.
You could.
I don't
not
care what he's
accuse
doing
him
off the field. If I'm winning championships, you're on my team.
Yeah.
Hey, you got caught with some strippers and some drugs in your room. Hey, that's your problem. Deal with that after the season. Right now, we got a Super Bowl to win. All right, we'll come back in whenever, sometime before the draft, I guess. Maybe after the draft. OJ can give us his little report. All right.
Don't be cutting me off
Mm.
when it comes down to it. Oh, you like, oh yeah, like you said, I only want the top.
Look, I don't want to hear about all 32 damn
in-depth
teams. I want to hear about
analysis.
who did good. I want to hear about them lame ass picks, number 22 and 23. What they gonna do?
You know,
They're
and
gonna be
I'm
warming the
all
bench
running
for 5
backs,
years.
Although
Brady
was a
Lamar,
sixth rounder.
I'm about to say although Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson both went number 12 and
Or
15. So
Right.
Mhm.
Mhm. And Brady was a sixth rounder.
that the
Well-
Bears passed on.
right.
Mm.
Hey, and to be fair, so did the Vikings.
Sure did.
Oh, well, that's par for the course. We're talking about the Vikings. They pass up on greatness all the damn time.
Because Kirk Cousins is that deal, huh, Quell?
Don't even start. Too late for
Kirk
this.
is coming back next year, right, Quill?
He gonna throw for over 50 touchdowns and be the league MVP.
He on contract. So
I could bat that one up. For us here at Sports Talk, for me and the boys, thanks for joining us.